Welcome to the Old-Fashioned Masonic Podcast, where we talk all things Freemasons, while drinking an old-fashioned. If you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button now. Platforms other than YouTube tend to block some of our content. Subscribe now to get up-to-date videos and shorts as they release. Now, enjoy this episode. Bonded by Brotherhood, Martin Luther King Jr. and Freemasonry. On Sunday, April 1, 2000, about 1,200 people came together to attend the Millennium Sunday Convocation at Morehouse College. The event celebrated the Atlanta Civil Rights Movement and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his legacy. After the event, a rumor circulated that Most Worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Georgia Grand Master Benjamin Barksdale, who had given remarks during the event, had made Dr. King a Mason at sight at the ceremony. A Mason at sight is a non-Freemason raised to the degree of Master Mason through the authority of a Grand Master. The news of King's alleged appointment to Master Mason after death caused controversy in the Masonic world. Primarily because a dead person is not able to exercise one of the primary tenets of Freemasonry, which is joining of one's own free will. To become a Freemason, aspirants typically must go through a process by which they attain the first 3 degrees of Freemasonry. First, candidates are initiated and are known as entered apprentices. After apprenticeship, they ascend to the next degree, which is called fellowcraft. Finally, aspirants become Master Masons when they complete the 3rd degree of Freemasonry and are elected to membership in a lodge. In an article in the Phylaxis, a magazine from the Phylaxis Society, an organization comprised of Prince Hall Freemasons, Barksdale sets the record straight. Dr. King is not a Mason, Barksdale told the article's author, Brother Burrell Palmer of the Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Texas. You cannot make a dead person a Freemason. The rumor started due to a misunderstanding from some in the audience at the Millennium Sunday event, said past Master Douglas Evans. Barksdale, in the company of Mrs. King and King III along with other Grand Lodge officers while on stage inside the King Chapel, and I, as many others, thought that they were making Dr. King a Mason at sight, he said. I believe that during the ceremony as Mrs. King was on the stage was when past Grand Master Barksdale, and the Masons announced that it was honoring Dr. King's death posthumously. The word posthumously made many feel as if Dr. King was being given the honor of being a Mason. Though King was never made a Freemason, Ed Bowen, a 33rd degree Freemason and former legal advisor to the Prince Hall Masonic Temple on Auburn Avenue, believes it would have been only a matter of time before Dr. King became one, if he had lived. Bowen said joining a Masonic lodge was a rite of passage for black professionals. Freemasonry was also in Martin Luther King Jr.'s family. King's father, Martin Luther King Sr., was a Freemason. And so was his grandfather, Reverend A.D. Williams. Many of King's closest associates, Andy Young, Julian Bond, Hosea Williams, and John Lewis, were all Freemasons. According to Bowen, another thing that might have enticed King to join the Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Georgia and become a Freemason was the organization's commitment to civil rights from its inception. Since that time, the Prince Hall Freemasons have not only become the largest African-American fraternal organization, but also the country's oldest civil rights organization, with its members advocating for a host of civil rights, including the abolition of slavery, free education for children, and equal pay for equal work. X.L. Neal, the Grand Master of the Prince Hall Masons, had planned to initiate King when he returned from Memphis in April of 1968. Barksdale attests to this arrangement. To the reference that Grandmaster Neal stated that he will make Dr. King a Prince Hall Mason at sight when he returns from Memphis, the above is true. I was Grand Senior Warden when Grandmaster Neal made the statement, which was in the presence of the Grand Lodge membership in Augusta, Georgia. Due to an assassin's bullet, King never made it back to Atlanta alive. Though King never became a full-fledged Freemason, Bowen said he thinks King already embodied the spirit of Freemasonry. Everything it means to be a Mason, he was doing all along. Setting a good moral example, charitable work, being a good citizen. He already represented what was best in the character of a man. So what do you think? Do you believe it was a misunderstanding that Grandmaster Neal made Dr. King a Freemason? Do you think he thought he could make him a Freemason, but was mistaken? I think most can agree, Dr. King appeared to be living the life that a good Freemason should. He embodied everything we believe in. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get more Monday Masonic education. Thank you for watching the Old-Fashioned Masonic Podcast, Masonic Education Edition.